Hello everyone and welcome to SUNUP. I'm Lyndall Stout. In this season of gratitude, we're especially grateful for the opportunity to tell so many great stories here on the show. And this week we're looking back at some of our SUNUP favorites from the past few months. But first, here's SUNUP's Curtis Hare and Dr. Derrell Peel to get us up to speed on the markets.
Well, like we've been talking for the past couple of weeks, we have had some moisture in the state. So, Derrell, you've actually been traveling a lot. So what's the wheat pasture situation? Have you noticed wheat coming up at all?
You know, as I drive around, there is wheat coming up. A lot of stands. Some of them are a little spotty. Some of them actually look pretty good. But, of course, they're very small at this point. The wheat's way behind. So I don't think we're going to get much, if any, grazing really before the end of the year, depending on what temperatures do. We may get some after the first of the year that'll help supplement folks that are looking still for hay or for, something to get through the winter. Certainly we're not going to see the usual kind of stocker loading on wheat pasture. We're just not going to get enough wheat pasture to do that this year.
Do you think any other cool season forage like oats will maybe help some producers?
It could, and that's an option for some producers. Again, depending on temperatures and so on. It's probably going to help them more next spring, depending on moisture and so on. But those can be an option as well.
Let's shift to the markets right now. What's the fall feeder run looking like?
We've been watching, of course, all summer. We had large runs, year-over-year increases. 3 of the last 4 weeks, the volume for the combined Oklahoma auction total for feeder cattle has been down on a year-over-year basis. So as we expected, we moved cattle early, and so they already were marketed, the fall feeder runs. We're still getting the seasonally large runs, but they're not as large as usual because we've already moved a lot of those cattle through the market.
So what about cow slaughter?
We've been watching cow and heifer slaughter all year on a national level. Obviously, the herd liquidation issues are very important, not only for what's happening now, but going forward. Cow slaughter has slowed down just a little bit, but it's still up on a year-over-year basis, heifer slaughter as well. So we're continuing to see significant female slaughter that is going to have a lot of implications for cattle markets in 2023.
So what kind of implications would those be?
Well, we're going to see dramatically tighter numbers here going forward at some point. Obviously, we're still in the drought right now. We're still liquidating. We're still getting worse. We hope, of course, that by next spring we see some relief from that things start to look a little better. But once we do, we're going to find that the herd is down. Feeder cattle supplies are tight. All around, we're going to see a dramatic tightness of numbers, and it all leads to the fact that we're predicting anywhere from a 4 to 6% decrease in beef production on an annual basis in 2023 compared to this year.
Well, and obviously that impacts prices, and that's something we haven't talked about with you in a couple of weeks. So, we're heading into the holiday season. What is retail price looking like?
Well, the latest data we have for October, retail beef prices were down a little bit from the previous month and down a little bit from the peak actually a year ago in October. But if you look at it across the whole year, beef prices have stayed remarkably steady. We know consumers have had a lot of challenges with inflation, high gas prices, lots of things impacting their bottom line, their budgets, but beef prices have actually stayed fairly steady through that process. And as we said, if beef production tightens up in the coming year, beef prices will actually go a little bit higher. There won't be as much beef, so some folks will likely get priced out of the market, and we'll see some adjustments, but we'll probably see higher beef prices on average.
So going into the new year, what are some things that you're looking at to, maybe alleviate that situation?
Well, I don't know that at this point there's anything we can really do to change the die is sort of cast at this point. We're still waiting for all these pieces to kind of line up. We haven't actually seen cattle slaughter drop yet. That would lead to that decrease in beef production, but it will happen. We're not sure if it's going to get here before the end of this year, but certainly as we go into next year, we're looking for a significant decrease in cattle slaughter.
All righty, thanks, Derrell. Dr. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.